great job. I was listening to the questions and everything. So that shows his improvement because I think because of some time I came or I saw him, I haven't had him facilitate, but I sat down to listen to read the facilitator for the day. But today I'm impressed to see him handling the mic and doing the job. Which I believe that each and every one of us sitting down here, anything you're being called upon to also do the same job, you can as well do very well. Am I right? Yeah. Because you don't keep pouring without expressing what you're being taught. That shows that the people teaching you are really doing a good job because you keep hearing and hearing and hearing and hearing alone without reciprocating back, giving back, or trying to show at least that, okay, all this while I've been learning and I've been sitting down, that I've been able to grab one or two. It's not really encouraging. But seeing him train today, because I've seen him in series of my training, and that shows that he's really learning. He's no longer where he used to be, but rather he keeps on evolving and evolving. So since he's already touched our slide, I believe he has done everything on the slide. I'll do mainly on our topic today, closing sales like a pro, like a professional. First and foremost, what makes someone a professional? What makes you a professional in any field or any choosing career?
Okay. Have you talked?
Yes.
And that is when you don't learn. That's when you learn to more than the normal, in both ways, both in communication, in action, in participants, in favor, in getters. You are fully better.
Okay. Any other person that works with right?
When you put into practice what you have learned.
That's good. Any other person?
When you stand out.
Excellent service delivery.
Yeah. Like when you stand out as a brand, or someone will see you as a brand professional.
Alright, we all have answered very well. Why I want to ask or emphasize a little on this because I know that some of let me use the word, some of us sitting down here are still having the challenges of making sales. Right?
Yes.
A lot. In fact, look at it, it's only 1% of PPOs in the company that are making sales or being celebrated every day at the annual performance bonus. And that brings us to know that there's something they are doing and you're not doing. Or maybe there's something you're doing and you're not doing right. I always tell people, the first thing that makes someone buy for you is your personality. Who are you? And when we are defining that, it brings in the question about your integrity. We all can define integrity as who you are when nobody's watching you, right? Your integrity means that you saw 50,000 naira on this table. You alerted the management to see someone left money, or you saw phone, instead of you picking it up, you don't feel that nobody is seeing you, no CCTV camera, nobody will know even when you pick that money. But you chose otherwise know that because it's not your money, let me alert someone that takes that money. And mistakenly, it might be a huge client that takes that money. And by you alerting the company or alerting the management for the person to take what belongs to him or her, at the end of the day, the person was so grateful that he doesn't know any other way to pay you back. Then he can now recommend you or refer you. Take it or leave it. Some of our personal lives and characters to define who we are, define what happens to us. I was having a discussion this morning with the highest salesperson, Lieutenant, one of the staff ambassadors. So I was like, guy, how far? What is happening? As I'm giving heads up. So we're just discussing randomly. So he now said, that deal, that sale that he made, I gave him the highest sales bonus so far in Q1. For him to earn 20 million, that means he made sales of billion. For him to earn million. So that's actually one client that bought from him. From him, the man from here. So during the man's birthday, he bought a ram to go and show appreciation. That thing he did triggered man linked him up, connected him to so many individuals, lots, and it's so like wildfire. Sometimes there are little things you ought to do, but you're not doing it.
Just one thing at a time, no?
Brown must have
send it
cost maybe
what?
300,000,
How do you get the money?
400,000. I don't know the size you bought. But let's just put it as that.
He doesn't have a card.
He bought it and took it down. As of that point, he was buying it. So they used some amount of money from him. I wasn't in his bank account. I wouldn't know whether he had that up to down amount. So it was like a sacrifice. And it spoke for him. And he made sales of billions of naira that earned him performance bonus, not the commission. No, after he has earned the commission. The performance bonus is 1% of all your total sales for the year. And his money is still running to 20 million naira. You know, sometimes one will say, look as if you're just telling a story. And that's not all. The thing that really built a two-story building, don't worry to say, it's sampled on Facebook. You can check him out. And it's sampled it. Trust me, a lot of people are cashing out in this business on daily basis. It all boils down to you. If Lotana did not show that appreciation or gratitude, he will not hold that man responsible for anything. And probably that man will not link him up. But sometimes some things triggers some blessings. That thing alone he did triggered that man. For him to even remember to show appreciation, gratitude for what that man bought. Remember from the sales he made for that man, he must have gotten commission that any money to buy that thing to show appreciation. And another thing is knowing at some point in time that this is your moment of breakthrough or someone that can actually link you up and you're not trying to mess it up. That is why it has to come down to each and every one of us. And I ask that question, who are you? Who do people say you are? How can we vouch for your integrity? Which I just explained, that is who you are when nobody is watching you. You are not doing it to do to the company or to do to the management or where you're working. You're doing it to do for yourself. But it goes a long way to speak about you. Even when you're no longer there, you can speak for your children, your family. Some people can say, your dad was so nice to me. Oh. Okay, just take my card, go to this office. That alone. But some people tend to ignore all these little things. If you look within around you, your circle, your family, your church, there are one or two people that would have given you that hand. Because the greatest mistake you do in life is competing with someone that you should rather be learning from. Or someone that you know that is willing to help you, or that this person is going to be a great help. Instead of you to mellow down, you're in competition with the person. Maybe when you see the person you will pass, you will not greet. A lot of things involve yourself being a professional in what you do. As far as real estate business is concerned, you have to do something others are not doing to distinguish yourself. Everybody cannot be doing the same thing and getting the same result. If you want to be an extraordinary person, you have to do the extraordinary work. You can't do just what everybody is doing. You have to go the extra mile. And one thing I like about our business is that everything you're doing in PWAN is money. If you really understand the business. But it's quite unfortunate that a lot of people comes in immediately and want to start making that money immediately. You have to walk, clear the ground, till do so many things before you can actually start earning. Yes, our grades differ. Some come in immediately and start selling. Some still stay some months before they start selling. I, as a person, I stayed up to 6 months before I actually earn 1 naira from this business. But I did not give up. Those were the days of my humble beginning. Today I have 3 cars from the same business. If anybody would have told me that all the car I would drive currently will be given free, the first key free, second key free, third key free. And not just anyhow cars though. Why some people are struggling to buy one in Nigeria. And I'm talking about within the space of 5 years. I got those within the space of 4 years because I joined this business January 14, 2020. By 2021, I've gotten my first car. 2022, I got my second car. 2024, I got the third car. So you can see that it didn't even take up to the 3 years gap. The other one was 1 year after I joined. The other one the next 1 year. And the other one after 2 years. And I got the car. So 3 cars within 4 years of doing the business. But when you see me on the road, funny enough, you won't believe I have a bicycle. But I don't even allow it to get to me. We've not gotten to our destination. The journey still lies ahead. Because if you're killing yourself about those 3 cars, all you not tell Dr. Julius them that are driving exotic cars with kilos and security men around. Or what would you tell our president, Mama Africa? Does she herself to cars is nothing to her, it doesn't trip her. Most of the cars she's driving today, they bought and gave her. Julius gave her one of her cars, the Hilos. PWAN champion gave her another one, the GAC. So there are people in life that they don't even need to put much effort. They're getting the blessings in life. Why Mama Africa got those cars? Because she has actually impacted in people's lives. One way or the other, your work would definitely speak for you. When I started my business back then in Enugu, 2020, I don't know my left and right, but I keep telling people in Lagos that you are blessed. You see, Lagos PBOs, God really blessed you people. Because you have different facilitators, you have different ambassadors, you have different MDs you can attend to their trainings and listen to and learn from their wealth of knowledge and experience. But back then in Enugu, it's just one office, one facilitator. So we did not give up. We kept on pushing. I don't know how big your faith is. I don't know what you're believing. I don't know how far you've gone. Everybody has their own time to shine in life. On no condition should you envy anybody because your timing with that person is not the same. Rather, clap for them, celebrate them. And while you're doing it, tell yourself that your time is there coming. And trust me, your time will come. When I started back then in Enugu, the only thing I saw that encouraged me was like our convention magazine that's like a brochure. Remember, I've not been to Lagos. My outline was in Aba, I was in Enugu. So it's not with me in the same state. I was just want to create a picture, a scenario, so that you can actually understand what I'm talking about or how it was for me then. Imagine someone putting you in a business and you're alone here in Lagos and the person is in Abuja and you're trying to navigate. I will have only one office going for training, but you believe what the person told you. And I stumbled into our convention magazines. I saw 2018, I saw 2019, and I also saw that year that I started, 2020, because I couldn't attend the convention in March 12, 2020. I couldn't attend because I just started. In fact, the money I even used to start, I borrowed it. I don't want to go into those parts, but why I'm touching it because some of us that keep telling us there is no money, they don't have money. You go and borrow. And the worst thing that can ever happen to you is that teaching you how to make that business or showing you how to make money. And you're collecting money for asking the person to also give you money. You're not serious, so the person is going to borrow you the money to teach you the business. Even our founders today borrowed money to start this company. 300,000 naira from Pastor Philip Ibunejesu. They borrowed money to start this business. Nothing good in life comes easy. You have price to pay. Gone were the days they said manna fall from heaven. This time around, you are the one that will even go and use stick to pluck it down because it's no longer falling from heaven. Being a professional in what you do entails everything and every aspect of it. Because one thing about this business is that it can either make you lazy or it can either make you smart. It can make you lazy in the sense that Nobody orders you around. Nobody tells you what to do. Nobody mandates you. It's only what you tell yourself that you do. If you tell yourself that you're not coming here, nobody's going to beat you. Nobody's going to sanction you. If you're telling yourself that you're not going to attend any training or any event to your tent or Israel, nobody will even ask you anything. But if you discipline yourself and take this business as if your whole life depends on it, you don't need to wait for the company to set any promo or target. You don't need for anybody to mandate you to do something. All you know is that when you wake up every day, you get dressed, check where the training is happening, go for the training. If it's not training day, if there is there any event that the company is doing, you go there because you're part of the company, you're part of the business. The moment you signed up in this business, it's no longer the business of your upline, or you're waiting for your upline to help you to do well. It has automatically become your business and your business alone. That's why when they call PBO, you are a PBO individually. They don't say group of people. They say each and every one of us are PBOs, which means P1 business owner. You own the business. So if you wake up that you're not going anywhere, good for you. So if you wake up that you say, okay, today I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, eventually, each day you will be moving forward. You cannot be where you are or where you used to be. Trust me. You'll be making progress, you'll be making impact. So if you're holding yourself or if you're staying at home, you're doing yourself, you're not doing anybody. The Igbos used to say that, oh, Joye, na jukwa onweya, for the Igbos that are here. When you're holding someone on the ground, you're also holding yourself. Because it's until you release that person and move, that until you release that person and get up to move, that's only when things will start moving. But when you're pinning that person, you're also being on the ground. So being a professional has a whole lot of things involved. I don't need to wake up every morning to know. For example, we all know that P1 selling does that training every Monday, right? I will not say I have been coming every time. If there is no way it will be the same facilitator that came this week that will come next week. Even if it's the same person, there's no way the person will repeat everything he said this week and he'll repeat the exact same word again next week. There's definitely going to be one or two things you will learn from that person. And then let's even assume that you don't want to go for P1 spelling, you have one or two things you want to do. The word of Tuesday, word of Wednesday. Some athletes does their training Tuesdays and Thursdays. Some choose Wednesdays. Some choose Friday. Like P1 Plus is Friday. And it's because of other days that other athletes have taken so that it will not clash. That's why they choose different days. P1 said they chose Monday. Since other athletes are doing Tuesdays, Thursdays, like Legend, Experience Center, so they chose Mondays so that you won't say that there are line of activities on that Monday. What are you doing with your time? I wouldn't want to say spare time because there's no spare time in this business. You have to give it all, everything in you. So what are you doing with your time in this business? You can't treat this business casually and expect to get a mighty result. You have to go the extra mile. Everybody's grace is different. You can't say because this person has succeeded and become the highest salesperson that you will not become. No. The sky is so big to contain everybody. I've never seen two birds clashing on the sky because this one is flying and the other one didn't see where to fly or where to perch. Likewise, our company. And one good thing is that you see next year, new set of people will also emerge to join the existing ones that are there already. Now, my question is now, are you going to be among those that will emerge? Are you going to be among those that will still be clapping for people? Because 3 to 4 years back, when Ambassador Lutana has been there, we are not hearing much about him, right? There are people that have been celebrated. Life is turn by turn. So, and if you give up, you're the one that lost. There's no giving up in this business. So being a professional entails so many things on its own. You have to sit up, take this business as your personal job. Don't wait for anybody to mandate you or to order you around to tell you what to do. Trust me, God is taking record of your efforts. See thou a man diligent in his business or his work, he shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before me men. Maybe let me tell you a little a bit of my story so that it can inspire and encourage us. When I started January 14, 2020, remember I didn't have the money. For the business opportunity or the business idea came to me December 2019, but I didn't have the money to start. And I told my upline, who happens to be my childhood friend, we grew up in the same street in Aba then. And I told him, okay, this is Christmas. Let me see if there are people that will celebrate Christmas for me so that I can put the money together and start by January. Christmas came and gone. For where? In fact, the little I have, I've already started spending it. And I saw that no help is coming anywhere. First week of January passed. Second week, the year has started. That day, I just woke up and told myself that I need to do something. If not, the year will go by. And that day, 14th of January, I had to pick up my phone and call one of my girlfriend that works with CBN Nenu and pleaded her to loan me 30,000. Then the registration was still 37,650. So I pleaded with her to lend me 30,000. That as a business I need to start. I want her to start making money, I'll pay her back. And she asked me to come over to the CBN office to come and take it. By the time I came, she has withdrawn the money and handed me over the 30,000 naira. With happiness in my heart, I just quickly rushed to my own bank, withdraw the little money that is there, the 7,650, to add it up to 37,650. I put the money together, called my upline that I have the complete money now. He now sent me the company's account number to go and make the payment. And when I make the payment, I should send him the proof of payment. I rushed down to Zenith Bank and made the payment, and I sent him the proof of payment, and my journey started. Now, what have I conquered? Not having the money, right? Did I still kept dwelling? Now I don't have the money. Nobody will come for you. Everybody is carrying their cross in this life. It's only when you speak up, then people can actually help you. And when I started that business, remember my upline is not in Aba with me. Remember, I don't even know our office. P1 came to Enugu September 2019, and I'm joining January 2020. So the office has not started functioning fully. As if that is not enough, COVID-19 struck March 30th. There was no movement. For a business that I'm still starting, for a business that I don't have anybody that is helping me in that Enugu, just me and me alone, I was still staggering. But I have faith. I saw how people's life was being transformed. I believe so much in the business, and my God. One prayer I said that I keep saying, I said, God, if anybody has succeeded in this business, that you pay one hand to succeed. I said it and said it boldly. Today, I'm not just a success. I've achieved a lot within a short while I joined the business. Number one thing I tell people, if anybody can take away anything from me, let them not take your confidence. Because a lot of people will spite at you, people will mock you, people will say a lot of things to make your spirit go down. It's not today that real estate is everywhere. Then when I start and go out to do my marketing, so people will start assessing you from head to toe. You know what that assessment means? You're selling real estate, business that has to do with millions. And look at the kind of bag you're carrying. The shoe is even bended. Is it the clothes? It's not that I haven't added flesh. Then I was so skinny. In fact, you can count the veins on my forehead. I just want to paint the picture so that you understand. I don't wear short sleeve then because all my hands are full of veins. So because of that, I don't wear shorts. I always want to wear anything that will make me look bigger. And in the midst of all these things, I will still go. They will mock themselves, not me, and do all sorts of things. I'll come back. You know what? It's not me you're mocking. And I continued. In fact, the map is started from my street, from my compound. You cannot be regarded in your own environment. If I'm coming, they will be calling, PWAN is coming. No, she don't market you. In fact, before I even open my mouth to talk to those people, I know they are talking about me. Because one way or the other, I marketed some of them there, and they ignored me because I don't have any results. I don't have any proof. But today, if my feet steps in my street in Enugu, come and see their faces bent in shame. If you lose up, now you lose. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Don't take how things are around you now to conclude your case. Even a buns ends up in frying pan, right? Inside fire. Even gold that is so expensive goes through the fire before it comes out shining, and we're all wearing it. This might be your processing time. So if you give up because of what people are saying or how you are looking, sorry for you, honestly. Because see this life, nobody is coming to rescue you. Nobody. You have friends, fall into trouble, then you understand. If you're still counting or depending on family and friends, I'm sorry for you. Maybe they've not disappointed you. You better buckle up. Take your destiny into your own hands. It's no longer into the hands of anybody. I do tell my team members, if you're from a poor family, it's not your fault. Because nobody has the right to choose the family he or she is coming out from. Because if we have the right, now I want to come out from Dangote's family. Trust me, nobody wants to come out to a poor family. Everybody wants to come out to a rich family, right? So if you're born poor, it's not your fault. Because you don't have that right. God did not give us that access. But if you die poor, even hellfire will be worse than what you're experiencing. Because you have the power to change your destiny. You have the power to change your life. PWAN is not just about a business. It's also a ministry. Changing people's destiny. Each and every one of us that is doing well today in this business, you need to hear their stories, how life was for them. Our incoming GMD, Dr. Julius Oyedemi, I don't know if you've heard his story. How water used to fool his streets. He would fold his trouser while trying to pass. Even his car, they used to push it. So don't think because you're seeing them with exotic cars that life is easier for them. Always listen to their stories to know how they started. Is it the day the wife gave birth to their child? He was still looking for money. He didn't even know that the wife has delivered. In one general hospital, there's an Eleko side, a Belakwe side. But today, we all saw the exotic cars he's driving. If you give up in this life, now you lose. Yes, life is not a bed of roses, but it can actually make yours a bed of roses. You can make it the way you want. It's just a matter of time. Even those born in a wealthy family today are not depending on their father. My papa gets no be money. Oh. It belongs to your father. You have to make a name for yourself. And you don't need to blame anybody that doesn't want to help you. My brother is wealthy and he doesn't help. It's not your money, it's his money. If he gives you, thank him because he has a good heart. If he doesn't, he doesn't owe you anything. That's one thing I want people to understand. Because a lot of us used to have this entitlement mentality. So because he's your brother, whatever he wants belongs to you. He doesn't have his own life to live. His life should revolve around you. As if that your brother, God forbid, goes down today, you will not survive. Life goes on. Provided you have your hands, you have your legs, you can see well. I don't see anything that can limit you. In fact, recently in this business, one blind lady, a professor in Asaba, won a car. If a blind lady can be doing this business and still surviving, what could be your own excuse that it seems very well? All you need to do is to get your priorities right, understand the business, and set in motion. How do you set emotion? How do you do it? We all have had the story of a chairman, how he used to wake up every morning, 5 a.m., standing in a strategic location and is sharing flyers to people going to work. You think that 5 a.m. is doing that video that sleep did not want to come into his eyes again. In fact, that 5 a.m. is the most sweetest part of the morning. That morning that you want to wake up and the alarm rings, you just silence the alarm so that you can continue your sleep. That is when someone will wake up with the cold outside. Because early that hours, the breeze is still blowing. When I served in my youth copper days, we used to wake up very early so that we can bathe before the bedroom will be crowded, outside will be crowded. I woke up to bathe around 4 or 5 a.m. You notice that it's very cold outside. But you have to do it because if you don't, before you know it, everywhere will be crowded. There will be no space. And the armies will be shouting or chasing people to come out. So that was when you can taste or feel how cold that outside is. And someone will be outside in that 5 a.m. where they are not seeing people's faces, but he'll be there sharing flyers. The flyers are printed with his money, but today everything is made easier for us. Do you print flyers? You just come to that place and take flyers. Today we have online flyer and hard copy. But yes, some people still find it difficult to share that flyer. The person you're not talking to, another person is talking to that person. The earlier you get into action, the better for you. If you have it in mind that nobody is coming to save you, that you're just alone in this life, it will make you to sit up. Maybe because some of us still have comfort zones. You're not paying house rent. Probably you're living in your father's house or you're living in your brother's house. Feeding is not on your bill. If you whether you like it, once you go out and come back, there's always food in the kitchen. So you're still not thinking straight. I lived alone in Enugu. I feed myself, I pay rent, I pay security levy, I pay water board, I pay NEPA. And the compound where I live, we are like almost 28 tenants because they self-contained individually. So the compound is so big. But we are being shared maybe 5 people to a meter, 5 people to a meter. You won't tell your neighbors that you don't have money for that month, therefore they shouldn't buy light. If you don't pay, when they buy that light, they will disconnect your light. Is it water board that will pay? They bring bill every month. You have to contribute your own quota. Sometimes you need to make life uncomfortable for you so that you will really understand. Because when you're in your comfort zone, that there are some things life has made it easier for you. For example, houses that you don't pay for house rent. One way or the other, you are living in a rent free. Food is not a problem. You won't understand the stress or the pain the person passed through to put those things. I had a training with my team members last night, yesterday, and I was telling them the importance of each and every one of them thinking of how to become a landlord. Yes, you might say it's not everybody that is destined to be landlord, really. But is everybody that is destined to live inside the house? Or is there any one of them that is living at the express? Is there anybody that's living at the main road? So everybody is living inside the house. A decision someone else made. If the person did not make that decision, would you have been there? Yesterday, I also saw Lagos State government demolishing people that are living under the bridges. I saw the video. They, as if you see demolition, all those people that are not back under bridge, I don't even know how comfortable they are there, but they have made that place very comfortable for themselves. So Lagos State government came in and they were demolishing everybody, everything that they constructed there, and asking them, if you don't have any place, go to your state or to your village. It's because they've settled and become comfortable in that environment. When I came to Lagos, I squatted with my own sister, my cousin. In fact, she has given me the invitation to come to Lagos since immediately after the COVID-19. Because I always complain. Remember, I was a young graduate. Now she's offering me to come on and live with her and she'll be paying me 70,000 as of 2020. I would have jumped into that offer, but I lived with her before I got admission. So I knew what I passed through. Living with someone is not easy, oh, because it automatically becomes this person's nanny. You're not contributing money. The person is feeding you, paying house rent, paying light, everything payable. So why would you be a slave? So you cook, you wash house, you wash clothes, you clean the house, you go to market. So you do the short of it. She can't have you and still be employing nanny. But I did that before I got my admission and I left to Enugu. So you can imagine that when I have graduated, and you understand our country, how good it is in giving jobs. Even as at that, I wasn't still idle. I worked, they owed me salary, I quit. With the little savings I got, I started doing buying and selling. I'll come to Lagos hereby, go to Enugu and be taking them to offices. They call it payable whenever, just for me to eat. And some people will even buy your goods, owe you credit. Some people will even spite you, mock you. And I knew that I was better than most of them there just because they are privileged in life more than me. And I did not give up. That is why when I enter Enugu today, there is nobody that doesn't get marveled at my success story. Lagos does not even know me now because Lagos knew me when I started succeeding in life. Is that place that they knew you as a puppet, as a wretched person, that you need to go back so that they will see what you've eventually become. When I came to Lagos 2021, February 12th, I qualified for our first boot camp in Eco Hotel. Because I was thinking I'm a champion in Enugu. When I came and I saw everybody and what is happening in Lagos, that was when I made the decision of staying back in Lagos. In fact, on the Sunday that we are leaving, we came to Lagos Friday night, we left Sunday morning. On the Sunday we are leaving, I made that decision, I'm not going back to Enugu. Remember in Enugu, I'm the madam of my own self. I started making money, I renovated my house, I'm eating whatever I like. But when I came and saw that the business lies here, I thought myself, no. Immediately in that same hotel room, I sent a message to my cousin that has been asking me to come. That I'm in Lagos, so that we came for a boot camp and we have ended. And we're about leaving. I just quickly had to tell her if she can send me her address. There and then she sent me a house address in Shongotedu. And I went. I think it's a bed of roses. I don't want to tell my story, but I thank God that I witnessed it. And I moved into her house and I became a nanny. You want to go out, you have to go and cook. You won't tell her no because do you know what it means for someone to give you a free accommodation in Lagos? Maybe because some of us have been living with our parents, so they don't understand what it is not to have a roof over your head. Or maybe you've not been paying, so you don't understand what it is for someone to be paying rent because it's not your headache to carry. Maybe some of us have our fathers or our brothers or siblings that does it. So it's none of your business. What the person goes through to pay the house rent, your own is that eventually you still see where to stay. If diesel finishes, she'll ask them to come and collect money from me and I'll buy diesel. I will use my money and cook. Our friends will come, they'll finish the food. Will you complain? It's not your house. If you want, go to your house so that when you cook, your food can remain for you. But I did not complain, provided I was getting the value. The days I won't do anything, I'll rush out and come and attend training. I was attending events in Lagos. I started getting to know places. Because it was even a challenge for me because I was still a JJC in this part of Lagos. Lagos have been staying or coming is mainland side, Surulere side. So coming to this aspect of Lagos, I don't know anywhere. Lagos is so big. That I've been coming to Lagos doesn't mean that this part of Lagos is knows island. So it's even a work on my part to start knowing places, knows where for VGC, all those. I had to start knowing all those places because I was not a Lagos base. But I didn't allow those things to still discourage me. It's aligned with the learning process. I'll have to learn the locations and everything about Lagos. But within my 1 year in Lagos, July 27, 2021, out of everybody in this business, I was nominated as the first Flourish City Caregiver Award winner. That shows my effort is being noticed. Yes, you can clap very hard if you want to. No labor goes unrewarded in P1 because I carry this business on my head. I did it as if my whole life depends on it. I did it as if it's my final bus stop. Leaving my comfort zone in Enugu that I wake up at any given time I want, coming down to stay in Lagos in my cousin. I didn't say friend, I said my cousin, blood cousin sister's house. But I was sacrificing a lot. The compound will be bushy. She'll ask me to call the gardener. Whether I have money to pay, he doesn't have money. It's not none of our business. And I thank God for all those things I passed through because they prepared me to this for the life I'm living now. Though I've been used to expenses. So whatever you think you're passing through now that is hard, know that it's preparing you for the things ahead that is coming. The success you are not prepared will confuse you when you get there. So it's now that you have to be preparing for it. When you're about doing your traditional wedding or going getting admission in school, the process is it always sweet. You buy this one, you go to this one, you do this one. This is something that will be celebrated for a day and you forget everything. But the rigorous process, by the end of the day, you achieve your goal, you achieve your desire. What am I saying? Some of us are sleeping. Maybe we'll have to do a little exercise. Is my teeth making you to sleep? Yes. Let's just start because some of us are sleeping. Can you do a little shaking of our body, please? But I don't want to sleep. This is a sign of idleness. Let's just do something. Not sleeping. I know those are sleeping. Those to the other side are sleeping. No, not you. The lady beside you was sleeping. Okay. It's okay. Can we sit down? So you have to do something extraordinary for you to go far in life. I had when he asked some of us to name some of the athletes in the business. If I ask us individually, I'll find out that a lot of us don't even know how many companies we have now. And it's a big error to be in a company or in a system or in a business. You don't know what is going on around there. You don't know what is happening. If I now say name managing directors, church will just dismiss. Because you need to know the managing directors that are coming up every day. Knowing their affiliates, you know the name of the MD. You can't know an affiliate without knowing who is the MD there. All these things show that you are into your business, you understand, you know what is happening in your business. Wake me up at any time in this life and ask me anything about P1 and I'll answer you. If I what makes people to even believe me, even without any result around me, is my confidence, my zeal, my passion, the way I took the business. Then in Enugu, after the ease of lockdown, when training started, you come to training, we are just 2, 3, or 4 IS because people have not started coming out. And the ones that even wants to come in are not serious. And I'll tell you that I enjoyed it that period because you don't get to drag any seat with anybody. And there was when they were saying first 4, first 5, they will get t-shirts. So mostly all my t-shirts I got then, almost 4 or 5, I got it from trainings. Because you come and you always be the set of people that have been given t-shirts. And then one t-shirt was 2.5 as of that 2020. So you can imagine me having 4 or 5 without buying any. So you can already attest that I'm already destined for more things in the business because that was my first breakthrough. Getting things that I did not pay for. So coming to Lagos for the boot camp changed my mindset and I decided to stay back in Lagos. And I can beat my chest today that I never regretted my decision. In as much as it wasn't so rosy for me because I wasn't dependent on my own. When you want to do something and somebody is restricting or limiting, not that she's doing it intentionally, but you don't have any choice. So the only thing I'll do is that if I'm back for the day, I'll ask her her itinerary for the next day so that it can help me to plan myself or prepare. That shows that I'm serious with what I'm doing. Remember that this our work is not a staff work that you come to work or you're mandated to come. But I'm mandating myself to go out every day. Even being in a known land. There was a day Dr. Jesus saw me in a Brahmadesan on a Saturday and I was wearing a P1 t-shirt. We went to ShopRite to do marketing, and from ShopRite we went to another place, me and a lady. So that day the lady has gone home, so I was standing at Brahmadesan waiting for bus that is going to Shango to do. And him knowing that I'm just a new person in Lagos or in this axis of Lagos. So he was passing and saw me. So he was even afraid so that I will not get lost. So then he was even telling me that he saw me on a Saturday. And you know that on Saturday, some of us are not serious because most offices work half days. So you not see much PBOs. But even me that came to Lagos, I don't know what you do in Lagos, but me I'm here and I have to introduce my own pattern. And I was still doing marketing on a Saturday, wearing that t-shirt. That is even when you know that I'm a JJC. I wasn't doing it for me to be noticed. I was doing it to better my life because I knew where I was coming from. Poverty is a bastard. Maybe because most of you are still comfortable with it. Reject poverty with everything in you. If you're still living a life that when you spend money, you'll be asking yourself, how did I spend this money? What did I buy? You're still poor. You can say it again. You're still very poor. Because with the kind of business we have, if you work so hard, you will leave the environment of calculating what you use the money to do. Rather, you'll be thinking of how to clear your bills. Because whether you like it or not, bills will keep on coming. So what do you do to offset those bills? Thank God today I have 3 cars, right? But I have not gotten my own house. And I told myself that I'm giving myself 2 to 3 years in this Lagos, I'll be a landlady. I don't come Lagos to pay house rent. Our Mama Africa used to tell us that number one thing in life is to desire. What do you desire? What do you desire? And there's never been anything I desired in life that doesn't come to me. You see this car that I have today, the cars. I told myself I cannot use my money to buy car. In PWAN, they are using car to do cola nut. I will not. I said this back 2020. You see, nature hears everything you are saying. Once you say it and get into action, nobody will stop you. You're the only one that will stop yourself. I cannot use my money to buy car while you are in P1 that gives car every year. And this year, some people that doesn't have car will eventually become car owners. Do you know how many athletes that celebrate their anniversary? And the end of the day, they can award 3, 4, 5. Last year, P1 Heaven gave almost 5 in their anniversary. So people that have never driven car. Regal gave almost 5 too. And not just anyhow, I need to see their cars. And here you are in P1, struggling for money or struggling for a car. Is that not an error? Because cars is nothing to us. I said it, and the universe recorded it. And by July 2021, I got my first car. As if that is not enough. August 2022, I got another car, Venza. And trust me, I've always admired Venza. I love it as a car. Another car I love so much as a woman is Range Rover, white. Which is coming. Whether I go to do or I use my money, if I see Range Rover, I will drive it. So I like speaking out what I want. So you bear me witness that there was a day I was saying this. So if anybody would have believed that me of all people will eventually drive 1, 2, 3 without buying any, you know what it means? Am I the only one that they made this life for? There are so many people, but how many is willing to take what belongs to them? You showed our latest car, right? That was the same car Big Brother Niger gave out to the winner. Yes. You see that car, that van we are driving, white, exactly. That was this exact same car Kelly Ray, the winner of Big Brother Niger last year, 2024, drove to. And when I saw that car, I just smiled. At least I don't drive the car. I even first time drive the car. This is a continent with other country that contributed money, right, by voting to buy that car. And it's a company single-handedly bought 13 of those cars. So I don't know how you're seeing P1. Maybe you're still seeing it as a child's play. Because you've not conquered doesn't mean you will not conquer. Because you've not arrived at your destination doesn't mean you will not arrive at destination. Everybody's in a bus, but they're not going the same destination. So when each and every one of them gets to their destination, they come down. You continue your journey. That doesn't mean you will not get to your own. That someone alighted a Marwa doesn't mean that the bus will not get to same as where you're going. It's just a matter of patience and time. So I don't know how you're doing your business. I don't know how you're seeing this business. I don't know how you're taking it. Are you treating it casually? Are you being serious about it? For every 100 person that laughed at you and say and tell you no, God will give you one person that will tell you yes. All you need is to put in the effort to keep on pushing. If the door is not yet open, keep on pushing. It will definitely open. Don't throw in the towel. Our timings are not the same. If you don't give up, you eventually arrive to your destination. I always tell people, don't end up like a signage or a conductor. Sorry that I'm using a conductor, but sometimes some of us in life live that reality. You will tell people a lot of things about P1. At the end of the day, they will not see the result in your life. A conductor will direct you really anywhere you're going, right? You will enter. And when you get to your destination, you will come down. But you will always be there going round in circle. Or for example, a signage. You'll be pointing towards this direction. Come rain, come shine, come there. You still see the signage outside there. Why not take a move? Tell yourself enough is enough. There's something you're doing that you're not doing right. Or maybe there's something you're supposed to do that you're not doing. Now is the time to pick up. The year is just starting. We just ended the first quarter of the year, right? This is the second quarter of the year just starting. There's still time for you to achieve a whole lot. If you can be able to sit up. This year I posted on my Facebook, I'm the highest recruiter. And I'm grateful to God for the first quarter. Don't say it wasn't easy. Even with my result of having cars, some people will still even tell you they are not interested. Some people will even more laugh at you. But you will not blame them because anybody you introduce P1 business to and the person turns it down, pity that person. Because the person is not doing with his eyes. Some people in life doesn't even want to do anything. They prefer to be on the receiving side. If I parked my car and said I'm sharing 1 million, some people even bring down my car. But I'm presenting to them the business opportunity that will help their life. Some people will start walking away, they're not interested. Pity the person because he or she doesn't know what he's doing. So everybody is complaining. Tinubu this, Tinubu that, Tinubu this, Tinubu that. If you know what you're living, you don't run the government of Nigeria in your life. You run the government of P1 in your life. And I'm telling you things with fact. Since 2020, I joined P1 and I have never bought rights. If it is right, it said 1 million, I don't know. Because these are part of the incentives we get. So you can imagine every year I get incentive that sustains me even to the upper year. I even dash rice out because how many can I eat? King's groundnut oil, I have never bought with my money since 2020. I'm telling you facts. So in terms of food, P1 has even cleared. Okay, I even have some tickets. These are food I'm going to collect. This same year, I've collected voucher from different athletes. Vouchers I've claimed. And even after this training, I'm still going to claim some.
But that's the one.
No, it's in my name. So this is a voucher. This is a voucher from buy to sell. If you look very well, it's written Christmas seeds. Christmas has gone. Oh. We are in April, but I'm still cashing out in Christmas incentives. Are you seeing it? This is 200K, and this one is 100K put together 300K. I'm using it to get incentive. This is like someone's salary. This year again, P1 Heritage called me and gave me this card. Use it and shop. Go to Blanco, shop right. Use a card of 100,000. And you shop items valued of 100,000. This is after your commission. I've used this already. I've used it already. So this is after your commission. You just go when you go to ShopRite, you present the card to them, they activate it. You now be buying everything you want. Once you buy, they will check 100,000 be going out. So tell me what other business could be better than this? What other business could be better than this? If you're sleeping, please wake up. How many people in your church have you told about this business? How many people from your village knows that you're a realtor? How many people in your environment, your estate, your compound, your street knows that you're a realtor? Yes, I know that so many people will not want you to succeed in your village. They leave your village, concentrate in Lagos that you are in. Because some of us are doing business while some people are not aware. You create awareness using social media, WhatsApp. A lot of people might not accept you when you start. No problem. You are not doing it for them. Once you did not give up, one day they will still believe what you're doing. There was nobody in this business that was not mocked. I was laughed at too. But today, if my feet touches any good, all those people that were laughing, bathe their faces in shame. Because why? I have my result. I have my evidence. 2023, I went Easter. I went with the Venza. If you enter my Venza, you will just sleep off. Because the AC that will blow your head you forget all your problems. Then last year, August, I was also in Enugu. I went with the IVM. You know what it means to drive a tier rubber? The first person to drive a car. Not just even having a car. A tier rubber car. In the same business you are with someone else. It might not be your turn, yes. But definitely your turn is coming. 2020 I joined, there were people that have been celebrated. I did not give up. 2021, I was marking time, getting closer. That same 2021, I went to my first international trip in life. I went to Egypt. It's on the slide. All expense paid. Just get your box. Me that doesn't have international passport. Not the person which will before they get international passport. I had to do my own within 3 weeks. Within 3 weeks, I fast-tracked it. And I traveled September 5th to Egypt. With Egypt Air. You need to be on that trip. You go punish poverty. You won't understand. It's a poverty is a bastard. money there's a huge amount of money is a chicken change to some people. Please wake up. I don't have much to say today. I'll just round up here so that anybody that asks questions can ask. With little I have been able to tell about my story, anybody that is willing to push forward or succeed will definitely succeed. And I pray that God Almighty will take us all to our desired destination in the mighty name of Jesus. So let us get ready for our questions. Bring on with your question. I'll answer everything. But just promise me that as you're living here today, you're going to be a changed person. Not when you're leaving this door, everything that has been taught today will drop in this room. And you go the same way you are. Tell yourself you are going to be a changed person. If there's anybody that's going to be celebrated in P1, it will be you. Amen is good though, but you have to back it up with action. You have to back it up with action. You walk like a mad woman, a madman. You know when you're mad, what it means for someone to be mad in your field. When you're mad, once you're mad, people come and will just avoid you, right? That's the same way you need to walk if you want. Walk as if you're not seeing anybody. Even if it's mean going to CMS Balogun Market, be sharing flyer. Every day, do it. In a month, share. One person, two, will definitely reach out to you from that flyer you shared. You can't be in a place marking time and complaining nothing is happening. You've not put in enough effort. Anywhere I go into my car, I have subscription form, I have flyers within my phone number. Because every opportunity that presents itself, you start doing your marketing. The money you earn from that business enters your account. Whatever that is being paid to your upline is just 5%. You're paid 15%. Times three or whatever that is paid to your upline. So if you're thinking because your upline will earn, you not do anything, I'm sorry for you. The car I'm driving today, is my upline driving it with me? Eh? The same thing that I'm being given. Am I sharing it with anybody? I don't know what to be your excuse. Please sit up. I believe I have been able to encourage and inspire you all today. And when next we meet, the stories will not be the same again. Questions?
Okay, Ma, thank you so much for that teaching. It was really inspiring. So my question is, I've been thinking about something since, and I don't know how to go about it. I know I have an Instagram page. I own an NGO that is still coming up. I have like my personal Instagram page, like I post my personal stuff there. Then I have my NGO that I'm still building. Then in my Facebook page, I have my I'm a writer, so I write like I write things and I post it on my Facebook page, and I have my personal page for just posting. So now in this altogether, I'm now thinking I'm into um real estate business, and this is what I want to do. Like I really want to push it out there very well. But now I have these different handles. I'm like what I'm using now is just WhatsApp. I'm really leveraging on my WhatsApp status. But how do I like now come in with real estate? Sorry, sir. How do I come with like should I create a new page or should I start posting it on my personal handle like my Instagram and Facebook? How do I push it out there to make it like
You say you have an NGO.
yes, this is starting off
And what's the NGO about?
is about I talk about um restoration of marginalized women and children, like restoration of marginalized women. Like I talk to people that have been marginalized, women, children, sexually abused. So I bring them together. I teach them how to start their dream life again because most of them they go through a lot of trauma, and for them to be able to come up again takes them a lot of years, and this is what God has made me to understand. And when I was growing up, I saw a lot of things how men treated women, gave them pregnancy, and just showed them out there on the streets like nobody to cater for them. I was pained at certain something they do from right from the time. So I just started it and got that like I'm really doing it on WhatsApp, but trying to build my Instagram page and something like that.
Okay, and you just said that you have two Facebook.
Yes.
You have personal Facebook and your NGO Facebook.
Yes, I have like I'm a writer too.
Okay.
So I opened a page for my writing gig.
Okay.
Then I have like my online page, like I post like anything about myself there. Then I have then on my Instagram page I have my NGO and my own personal page. So it's like four different pages.
Four.
Two.
Each and every one of them. Each of them two two.
Yes, like I have two Instagram, two
Okay,
Facebook.
two Facebook.
Yes,
Okay,
so
two.
I'm thinking, how do I come in with?
And how long have you been doing your NGO work?
It's not up to 1 year.
Then how long have you been in P1?
It's not up to 3 months.
It's not up to 3 months. Okay, that's good. Now, let me start first. You cannot succeed in something you're not known for. Are you going? My card. Okay, on the floor. Why do you want to go? Okay, no problem. So you said it's not up to 3 months. And how many people knows that you're doing it? You are still hiding. You're still hiding, honestly. Now I wouldn't say okay, combine your NGO account. You don't put two hands in your mouth at the same time. You take it one step at a time. Now that you have Facebook accounts, you can decide to use one for your NGO stuff. Then your personal Facebook, use it to advertise your business. Let people know that this is what you also do for a living. Whether you like it or not, one will have to overshadow one. Definitely. It depends on the push, the energy you give to the business. Every nooks and crannies everywhere in Nigeria is just what everybody is singing real estate, real estate, real estate. One good thing that made me to fall in love with this business is that it's the only business that someone in abroad can actually buy from you here in Nigeria. But your NGO, someone in abroad cannot come down to have the business with you because in that location where they are, they have other people they can interact with. But you see property selling in Nigeria, whether anyhow they like it, the person will still have to come home and invest. And one good thing the company has made that if the person doesn't necessarily to pay need to pay in the money into your account, the company's account is there for the person to make payment. Our offices are everywhere in Nigeria for the person to come and go for inspection. So you're still hiding your business. You cannot be telling people that you're into real estate. And when your Facebook profile is visited, nothing speaks about real estate on it. You've not started. You need to give it a push. Because I keep asking people, if you're doing wedding today, who do you share your invitations to? I always ask that question. Who do you share your IVs to? Huh? Who do you share your IVs to? No. If you're doing wedding, child dedication, traditional marriage, who do you share your IVs to? Family and friends, right? Why are you sharing to them? And they know you, and they will come. So now, how many people knows that you're doing real estate? It can't be only your WhatsApp. You're still hiding it. People pay money to run ad on Facebook. That ad that run is to get to a wide range of people, for people to know that this is what they do. So you can't be doing something. It's not like you're lighting a light, and you're hiding it under the table, under the chair. Will it circulate the house? People will not notice that there's light there now because you did it. It's only when you light it and place it in the center of the room that it can now circulate everywhere. So you have to make your business known. You have to take it to the next level. Okay, I hope I've answered your question.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for the seminar. My question is about recruitment. You said you are the highest recruiter for this quarter, this first quarter. Could you just tell us some of the Some
Then
people, some
also,
tips.
you talk to people. How many people know that you do your business?
Mm.
If not that this is a PBO, this is all everyone sitting there at PBO, I will recruit all of you that are here.
Just tell us some
You
of the
talk.
ways
You
you
know
do
that's
it.
not what I do. I tell people. Did they have PBO on my head? No. I approach you and tell you, I'm a P1 person. Oh. Have you written about PBO? Have you heard about PBO? Have you registered? A closed mouth is a closed destiny. There's no magic I do. Do I carry them on their head? No. I approach them and tell them there's no secret to it.
And you go out every day.
Okay, what we should see this time I
No,
will.
I'm
Next question, please. I keep telling you, you cannot get the result if you keep doing the casual thing you're doing. If you want to go get the extra ordinary result, you have to go the extra mile. Quit marking time. Now it's time to forward march. Why I use the term of a mad man or a mad woman? If you've not become angry for yourself and start making wealth or start your financial life as a mad woman, you will not succeed. A mad woman is that he doesn't care whether he's naked, right? It's only that the family that are ashamed of him on his behalf. A madman or a mad woman is not affected, he's not even ashamed that he's naked. It doesn't concern him. That's the same way you should carry your business. Whether people are laughing at you or looking at you, it doesn't concern you. All you're interested in is in your business. If there's no form, get one subscription form, photocopy it, make sure you always with your. How can you go to a farm, you don't have cutlass, you don't have knife? What do you come there to do? To look around? The energy you put into something determines the result you get. I'm not just putting energy, the right energy. Because you can be doing something and be doing it wrong until you change your direction. So asking me how do I do it? Everybody, everywhere I am is there. Is a recruitment arena. Even if I want to wash my car, all those boys there, they are PBOs. Everybody, that's why they say PBOs. Did they say it's only people in Highland or people in duplex? PBOs, whatever your question. Sorry, why? Because there are some things that get me angry because you talk. Let people know what you do. Advertise. Take your business to the next level. Be aggressive with your business.
I heard that you were talking about borrowing money to start business. Now to ask, is it advisable to borrow money
If you're
without having a back of someone like a support to start a business?
back of house,
Like a support?
I don't know
Or
how
how
to.
you would do it?
I mean, it's based on you as a person. Are you credit worthy? Is it the one you borrow and forget the person? So it's not about you as an individual. That was why I said integrity. I spoke about integrity here, right? Who are you? You can't be doing what you're. I don't know. I can't speak about you, but I can tell about myself. So when you go home and ask yourself that question, can you talk to someone about money? The person will listen to you. Because even if you like, let this business be 1 million times genuine or billion times genuine. If you as a person bringing it to me have a questionable life, I will not buy. Because it's when I trust you that I can actually trust what you're bringing to me. But if I don't trust you as a person, even if it's 10 naira, I will not put my money there. Because I will say, no, be this one, no, be this, go give money, go disappear. So it depends on yourself. Build yourself. It's not about the business. It's about you, the individual. So by the time you start opening your mouth to say the business is not pushing, ask yourself, how far have you pushed? What kind of a person are you? What do people see or say about you when you come out? All these things have a lot to answer about you. So that's why I say people is not just about a business. It's a ministry. It's rebranding you. See, if you have a bad character, you go and change it. Because people will only buy from people they trust. It has to involve their hard-earned money. They make that money themselves. If I have a questionable character, if I have been a chronic debtor, when I approach that lady to borrow me that money, do you think the person will borrow me the money? What about you?
PBO, thank you for the training, ma. Really appreciate this training. Please, ma, how can someone deal with a client that you have already tried all your best by putting him into the place he said he needs and like, but later turn you down that it's not a dry land and you need a dry land. And you have even carried him to some place that is even dry land. Is keeping giving excuse. How can someone deal with that kind of thing?
You don't need to deal with that person. There's nothing you will deal about him. He's not the only person on this earth. Leave that person and move to the next one. The more you're putting your trust and faith on that person, the more it's draining you your energy. There are 1,000 and billion people on this earth. I just said it earlier. For every 100 person that will tell you no, another person God will give you to tell you yes. So once you're putting your faith as if your life depends on that person, the more you keep getting disappointed. So you move over to one person, another person. Even if the person eventually buys, is it only that person you depend on? You keep on marketing. So you will not depend or put your energy only on one person. You move on. Hope I've answered your question. I think this should be the last for today.
Thank you very much. I have two questions. One of them is, how do you go about closing sales? That's yeah, how do you close sales? Because I have some hanging here and there, and I just really don't know how to really lock it in. Then the other one I want to ask is, you talked of that man that um, bought a gift for his client and he made that got the highest chairman's bonus last year. It, there's this person who wants to buy from me, but he has not bought. And just then, he lost his mother. So when I called, he told me he lost his mother. Another time I called to find out how is the preparation going, and I was very happy. But what do you think I can do for such a person? He has not bought. Can I buy a gift? Thank you.
Well, let me start with the last question. I wouldn't know what to do because I'm not in your pocket. You have to act as the spirit leads. If I say go and buy a cow, did I give you the money? I'm not in your pocket. The person that did it did according to his own budget. Remember, nobody asked him to do. And the scenario was a birthday. There are two different things. So I wouldn't just act as the spirit direct. Even sometimes in church, if you're going, even if you're sowing a seed or anything, they'll say, what your spirit asks you to do. So I will not advise because one, I'm not giving you the money. So I might say something that is way bigger than your budget. So you are the one that knows yourself. You are the one that knows your budget. You might not necessarily buy a gift. They don't buy gift when someone loses a loved one. But rather you can go to commiserate or put money in an envelope and go and see them to commiserate with the man at your own little token to show that you're really money with them. That is really a time moment for them. When people die, I don't see people buying gifts to come and see them. It's only people that get married that people buy gifts to come and visit. You did traditional wedding or white wedding. People can buy gifts, package it or wrap it to come and see you. When someone loses a loved one, it's a condolence visit that people goes. And condolence visit is just money on a envelope. You don't come with gift on a condolence visit, except if it's at the burial day. Even the burial day is the money you come with that will determine the gift they will still give you. So if it's someone that is close, some family might decide to go with a ram, a goat, a cow. So, but it depends on your relationship with the person. So burial or death doesn't necessarily have to do with a gift. You don't give someone a gift when he loses a loved one. You can only put money in an envelope according to how the spirit directs and commiserate with the family. Then somebody said how you want to close a deal with someone that, or how I close a deal. It still bothers with you as an individual. You don't do like me, be yourself. The moment you want to be like this person, you're no longer the original version. You are photocopying. You have to be the original version of yourself. I did not copy anybody. I just listened to what our shaman said and went into work. How did I went to work? Marketing. You don't market, but you want to be like me. I might decide to go the whole of Lekki
you might not do it. Maybe because you don't have the strength. I don't say you should be like me, but what are we saying is all about marketing. Some people do one-on-one marketing. Some people run ad on Facebook. It's still marketing. Some people go to church and announce that they want to tell them about the business. It's still about marketing. So just find your own way or what works for you. It's not about advert. So except you're telling me that you cannot talk or you don't know what to say. I don't know if you understand. But once you're listening, you know. The other thing is about product knowledge. As I'm sounding now, because the way you're sounding, you're not even sounding convinced or confident. If I'm a client that wants to buy, the way you're sounding, you're even you're shivering. Your mouth is not really that strong in the business. Though I wouldn't know how long you've joined and how equipped you are in the business, in the sense of the product knowledge you have, the depth of understanding you have in the business. So all these things build up to your confidence and how to you talk to a client. If you're not convinced in this business, you cannot convince another person. If you don't have the product knowledge in this business, people cannot buy. And there's no business you start in this life today that you just open shop and start it. You first of all go and learn. Even if it's 6 months, 1 year, depending on your ability to learn very fast. If it's provision, hairdressing, how to sew a cloth, you first of all go and do an apprenticeship with someone that is already an expert. So if you don't come into the business immediately and want to start making immediately, except you're very smart and you can grab things immediately so that when you are out, you will clear the client. Because before a client can actually buy a product, the client will ask you rigorous of questions. And you will not blame the client because he wants to make sure that his or her money is entering into a right place. Most of my downlines, I don't help them close the deal. I already impact in them so they can go and give back to the client. Because sometimes I might end up helping you to close that deal. Your client will trust me more than you. But if I teach you what to do by having that confidence, it is your business. You have to close it. You don't have to keep running away from it. And never you for anything in life want to be like another person or this person. Be the original version of yourself, but rather improve in that thing you're doing. Because you might find out that when you pick up now, you might be better than that person you're envying. We all have our graces, and we all are unique the way God created us. So don't try to be like the person you are not. Only learn the business. All of you are in the same field, right? If you learn it, you start applying your own on your own method. People will buy because it's you. People will buy because they've had interactions or dealings with you. People will buy because they've known you. So that was why I asked if you're doing wedding or traditional marriage or anything, who do you share your IVs to? Your family, friends, right? Why do you share it to them? Because these are people that have known you, and these are people that will attend because they have had one or two dealings with you. Because there is a trust issue in it. They've known you, so they are now doubting your personality. That's the same way it is in business. So you can start with your family, you can start with your friends, you can start with your WhatsApp. You can go out on the streets of Lagos or your location, anywhere you are, and start spreading the good news of PWAN. I started from Enugu. I don't need to come to Lagos to start. Before I came to Lagos, I was already a team manager. I did 30 myself. And how did I do it? I was telling people. I said it there are a lot of people that did not believe what I was doing. From my compound to my streets. But did that make me to stop? No. And when I still came to Lagos, I implemented that same thing I was doing back home in the city of Lagos. So I don't need to be like anybody. Be the original version of yourself. I think I'll be closing here today. Is there any other question? So, in the absence of no other question, we'll call it a day. Thank you for having me today. It's a pleasure.
Please, can we be on our feet while we. May I say, hope you enjoyed the session today. Hello, and hope you are going to practicalize all that you have learned today. All right, please, let's quickly come together.